Welcome back. We are on the road to Georgia today. We're about halfway through the trip. We left Miles back with Chris and family back down there about 3 weeks ago, and it was weird walking in the garage with them not there. We're excited to get back. We're gonna get a lot done this week, so here we go. And we're back. Hey guys. Oh my gosh, you should see everything that Chris got done to this car. I'm gonna let him walk around the car and explain all that he got done in the weeks that we were gone because it's just amazing. I feel bad about it. I really do, Chris.
Just work.
Well, it's your happy place, right?
It's my happy place.
Yeah, this is like therapeutic. At least that's what he says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him walk around the car, show you around, and just some of the amazing work that's been done.
Basically, I think the first night I sent you pictures of the hood where I started blocking on it.
Yeah.
For the most part, the hood,
It looked flat, but then once you start blocking it, it really wasn't, was it?
For the most part, the hood is very close. A little bit more sanding to do. Found another little ding up here. Got one more in the corner right there.
Yeah, this was actually bent right here. It actually got
bent
caught.
pretty bad.
Yeah. You actually had to do a lot of prying on that to get it flat before you ever got this down.
Fender. There's a lot of time in the fender.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry.
It was rough.
Look at this. We had a little damage up here. I'm not going to go into that, but then it was just really ripply. I mean, this was a rust-free fender. That's why we decided to keep it. We just knew that there was going to be a lot of work getting it straightened. And this thing was had 2 or 3 layers of paint on it when we got it, and so we had no idea that it was actually this wavy. It looked like a really good fender until we took off all the body work and then realized, oh crud, what do we got here? But we still decided to use it because all the other rusty stuff I had was just going to be more work in metal work than it was in straightening this thing out, or at least so we thought. But
I think we got it pretty close now.
Yeah. And this body line right here was something that even when Nathaniel and I did body work on it back at the house, I could not get that worked out at all. It looked good from 20 feet, but I never got that body line. It just was smooth all the way across the street. Body line was good to about right there. I just couldn't get it built up. It disappeared,
and
yeah.
I thought the same thing with it.
Really?
So some of it came out pretty nice with that dent puller that I had over here.
Right, that thing was nice.
And the wiggle wire helped.
Wiggle wire, I love that name.
Yeah.
And the door, same thing with the body line here. I'm amazed at how, I mean, it's real thin, obviously, but you know, with the door dings that you can see through here, but then it just kind of, it was wavy, I guess, and you had to really spend a lot of time working that out.
We pulled a lot of it out with the dent puller, before
Okay.
going them up, doing some body work to it, but still, it's going to have imperfections here and there where it's going to require something.
Well, we're not looking for perfection, but daggone, this is 100 times better than what we could have done. The most interesting thing to me is, I wanted you to show me this part, Chris, because we had a heck of a time getting this door to fit. This door is not original to the car, so I just figured that, it was just something a little bit different, and this upper part here would always bang and hit right up here. And I figured we'd have to take a 2x4 and kind of pry the thing out, and perhaps that's what somebody had done in the past. We don't know.
Possibly.
Or maybe because it was laying on its side for the longest time. But what we found out was that where it's spot welded right here, it had broken. So this door, no matter how hard we worked at getting it to fit,
it would always change.
Yeah, it would keep changing.
Because of that broken spot weld.
Yeah, because it was flexing right here. I don't know if there's, this has already been welded and fixed.
Well, we show them those.
But the other door's the same way, because both doors had the same issue, didn't they?
Yeah.
Let's go look at that. Okay. So if you pull the door out and you flex it, you can kind of see right here Yeah, you see how this part is separate from here? It's supposed to be welded together and it broke. And so the upper portion of this door is constantly flexing.
Yeah.
And of course you can see it's right up against the car too. It needs to be bent back out and then that welded back in. So this door has not been repaired yet. But that's what Chris figured out on the other door. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell a bunch of friends of mine that have had the same issue how you fix that, because I don't think anyone has ever figured that out yet.
I really think it's going to be a factory problem. Something that's
Probably
common.
Yeah, because looking more closely at this factory spot weld,
Yeah.
it was like half over the metal and half over the edge of it. It wasn't even really in the right spot.
Well, look right here. All I'm doing is just putting pressure between the inner and the outer.
Yeah.
You see how much it moves.
Yep, and I'm amazed at how much of a difference that made in the fitment up here. So that was a really cool find.
Yeah.
And so appreciate your attention to detail on that. This side, as you can tell, has not been bodyworked. He's been working his way around, kind of starting from one side, working all the way down. And then we just still have yet to do the driver's side. Maybe hope to work on that this week.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel and I are going to take these windows out. I know some of you watching this that have seen past episodes, you're going to say, well, why are you doing that? Because you just put those windows in there. Well, it's because we made a mistake. I didn't put a spacer in here, and the glass is right up against the metal, and the window trim has a lip that is supposed to sandwich in between those, and there's not enough space for it. So the trim doesn't fit because it doesn't slide in between the glass and the metal. So we're going to redo it. We're going to take them back out. We're going to put it back in there the way it should. And that way, because if we're going to make the rest of the car look as nice as it did, as it's going to, you don't want the trim just flopping around here loose because it doesn't fit in the slots that should be there. So we're going to do it right. So this back quarter panel right here was some metal work that we had done. There used to be a, what do you call it?
Marker light.
Yeah, a side marker light right here. Because again, this was not a Monza Sport with the 4 headlights and the rear end. We converted this car, and because of that, it had a marker light. Well, we cut it out, or we took it out, we welded it back up. Nathaniel and I did our best. We warped the metal quite a bit. We pulled it back out, but as we pulled it back out, a couple of the welds broke. But Chris was nice enough to redo that for us and cut it back out and basically re-welded it again, and then got this looking all nice and flat. I had lost this body line when we were trying it, and then of course this ridge right here wasn't the greatest when we did it. So
that body line, I kind of struggled with that body line too. I had to do
really
a bit of pulling with it.
No kidding.
With that dent puller to get it. It's not a hard body line, you know.
Yeah.
Like this one up here. It's more of a general roll.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's pulling metal, banging around, you know, trying to relieve some pressure to get that roll back in it. Because a lot of this was in flat.
Right. Yeah. The problem was this was in such bad shape that I don't remember what the original curve was. And you can see in the shadow here, you know, this is about where it bends. And it just kind of comes down and rolls very nicely through. And that is so nice. I swear that's better than factory.
I think I've got the curve pretty right.
Yeah, you nailed it. Yeah, that looks great. So what, besides pulling the glass out here and body working the other side of the car, what are some of the goals for this week?
I'm hoping to get as much done to the other side as what we've got here on this side.
Okay.
Again, I'm hoping to be able to get it in like some final primer, gray primer.
Yeah, so if we get that body work done over there, what you're saying is we'll get another coat of epoxy on the car, paint it black again, and then maybe 2 to 3 coats of filler primer or primer sealer.
Primer surfacer.
Primer surfacer, sorry, on top of this before we take off 6 days from now.
Yeah.
So
then it's down to wet sanding and blocking. And
block party.
Yeah.
Woohoo. I can't wait. All right. Tomorrow we start. Good morning. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here again this week. This week is going to be a little bit different though. Last time we were here, Chris had the week off. I didn't have to work as much as I do right now. I'm actually attending a conference remotely while I'm here, so I'm having to work quite a bit during the day. Chris is working during the day. So most of what we're gonna get done is probably in the evenings. But right now I'm on lunch break. I'm out here in the garage again. Nathaniel is on his way out, and we're just gonna work on some simple things so that we don't screw up Chris's work that he worked so hard to do this past week or past couple weeks. So we're gonna start block sanding the side of the car here. You can see I've already started it. There's already a low spot right there. And another one right there where there's a dent in the door. And just start revealing some of those areas that we know we gotta pay some attention to, and probably put some mud on later tonight. I'm gonna wait for Chris on that part. We've done it before, we know how to do it, but I've not had Chris show us how he does it. And that's really what I want to learn. I want Nathaniel to learn as well. So we're just gonna scuff it up, reveal those areas we need to work on. We're gonna try to maybe remove some glass today, and maybe do some adjustment on the doors, just some simple things, because they're gonna be home in about 4 hours anyway at this point. It's already lunch hour, so let's get started. Caught you. Snuck up on you. Wow, look at this. Holy cow. I just noticed what you were doing. Whoa. That's not black anymore. Sweet. Wow, good job, dude. Dudes, sorry. I came out to sneak out here to surprise you guys, but then the surprise was on me. Wow. This thing's gonna lay down really nice.
Yeah. I haven't really been able to get to the red much.
Well, don't worry about the red. We just want all that rattle can black primer off of there, basically, because that's not good stuff that you want underneath the good paint. So get it scuffed down enough to the red paint, we should be fine. It's looking good, guys. All right, so here's one of the processes that I really wanted to detail a little more than most, because it's a repair kit for Monza H-body guys. So there's a front repair piece that goes here. There's a center piece here. There's a rear piece back here. Now they all need a lot of shaping and contouring to get to work, because there's some compound curves and some of this stuff is just flat. We'll have to curve it but it's still pretty good stuff. It was all custom made by a company. I'll put a link in the description below. And if you have a Monza or a hatchback H-body door, give these guys a call. They're still selling the kits. Outer skin, inner skin, or the lip separates.
Yeah, it's just where the outer is folded over.
Yeah.
So you got a outer skin with an edge.
Yep.
And then you got the inner structure, and it's folded over the inner structure.
Right.
And that's what holds it in place.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow, even the rust is
Yeah.
kind of flaking off there.
And then you're left with the outer skin and the shell.
Wow. That's cool. I'm kind of getting excited about this now. It's almost like we know what we're doing. Well, he does.
You'll know what you're doing by the time it's done now.
Well, that's the hope anyway. I've never done this before. So, you want to have a crack at grinding down that lip?
Sure.
Okay. Did some damage out here.
Say that.
Look at that. Skin came right off. There we go. Look at that. Day one, we are done.
Yep.
Good work today, guys. Kind of a different kind of day today because I had to work, Chris had to work. I was only out here for a few hours during the day, but then we all came back out here in the evening and we got a fair amount done. Let me show you. Car looks about the same, but it's the small details that you don't notice. We worked quite a bit. It was a big dip in the metal here, and it was so big that it was just too big to fill. So we did a lot of heating and shrinking and pulling, and got that flattened out. We'll put some filler there later. Tires off because we got some metal to patch in here. We'll work on. I mean, it is a bunch of little stuff. Some metal we cut out here. We're going to patch out. We took the quarter windows out there in the door. You guys saw us working on the beginning process of getting the skin off of that thing so we can repair the bottom of that door and reskin it, at least the bottom half of it. You can see the doors off right there. The goal is to get this thing in primer by the end of the week. That includes non-metal parts, so Nathaniel and Nick spent a good part of the day sanding down all of this level of urethane today, down to the bare urethane in some cases and down to the original paint in others, including that. We had to get all the rattle cam primer off for one because as Chris has mentioned several times, you don't want that underneath the paint.
No-no.
Yeah, it's a no-no. Paint would separate, so
You don't want it done.
with the kind of job that we're doing on this, we don't want it to, we spend this much time getting it to look nice. We got to get that old primer out from underneath. So that's it. That's day one. Doesn't sound like it's a lot, but it's just a lot of little jobs that just take a while. So We'll see you tomorrow on day 2. Day 2, let's get started. All right, so we're gonna get started on this door. These holes right here are for the weather strip. There's little plastic pegs that go into them, and they're pretty, the key part about doing this is to make sure that these holes line up with the holes in the original spot in the door. Well, when we lock this up, the bottom half of this is all kind of in the way. So I've already started. I'm gonna make a cut across here that leaves the holes above the cut, but we're gonna take off the bottom half of this door. As you can see, the skin part's already off anyway. And that'll give us some more room to mock this up. Yeah, they do. Oh, there's a little bit of metal right there. Who knew? I don't either.
It's the bottom of the
Window track.
Yeah.
Spot welded to it. Well, how about that? Well, shoot. Get a screwdriver and pry that, I guess. Yep. There's some bracing under there we didn't know about. Spot welded on there. We'll have to get that off. All right, we got to cut away. Mock this thing up. Is that the hole or is it the next one over?
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Okay.
I just realized we're still going to be hanging off because we're on top of this one.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. So what do? Tuck it underneath or weld it on top, or you just cut the whole thing out?
I don't think welding on top is off.
No, I don't think it is either.
It's best going to throw the gap in.
doesn't quite meet up right there, but we're just gonna make a little slit in here to make a little pie cut maybe and bend that around, I guess. To shape it around, what you're saying. Okay. Okay. It's getting there. Looking good. Hey, buddy, I got something for you.
Okay.
As if you couldn't figure out something's
Yeah, I
going
can
on.
kinda
Yeah. Yeah. So we got Bill on the phone. So, Bill, I'm going to try to quickly explain the beginning of the story, and then I'm going to let you finish it, okay?
Yes, absolutely. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So we've been kind of holding out on you, bud. We've actually had something for a while.
Yeah, I suspected something was up.
Really?
Yeah. Well.
We got you a rubber chicken.
Right. You kept asking me if we had ordered the wheels, and they had been ordered. And boy, that train's perfect timing. And they really did come in. I wasn't lying, and they really were the wrong ones.
Yeah.
But I need to explain the rest of the story to it. I'm gonna let Bill take over at this point. So, Bill, there's a train going by, so you're gonna have to speak up pretty loud, buddy.
Okay, no problem. I can speak loud. I'm good at that.
Okay.
So, Nate, I just
Yeah.
want to let you know, somebody contacted me and said we got to get that kid some better wheels and tires for that car.
Oh, yeah?
And basically, he asked me to put it out there and see if we could do a little fundraising situation and buy Nate some nice rims for Scott for his birthday. And we knew we had just found out that I put it out there that, you know, trying to do a little fundraiser for Nate, and I'm going to tell you that you've got a lot of people that love you. I'm going to tell you that for sure.
Yeah?
There's a lot of people that love you. Because
Okay.
within hours, there was enough money to pay for those wheels.
No way.
We of course, we didn't have the budget to buy you the Riddler wheel that we really love. But we found a wheel that was very similar,
Okay.
and I liked it. Everybody I showed liked it.
Okay.
And now the problem is, they don't look exactly like the Riddlers. And the problem is I'm having trouble returning them. So, because the guy's just not getting back to me that we bought it from. We might have to just ship them back and deal with it from there. But the point is, the only reason we're telling you now, earlier than your birthday,
Yeah.
is because we need you to see those wheels and we need your opinion on them. Because it is ultimately, at the end of the day, this is your car. We want you to be happy.
Okay.
So,
Well, dang. Okay.
so let's show them wheels.
All right.
Okay.
Nick, you want to hold the camera?
Yes, I can.
All right, I'll go get it. I'll be right back.
Oh, you've got them.
Yeah.
Ah.
They've been here for.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Ken's coming out.
Ah, that's awesome.
That's the wheel. It's not exactly the right one, though.
Really? Ah.
Yeah, it's the offset and the back spacing they'll fit. Well, what happened is this hoop right here is not as deep as it should be. It's designed, these rims come out in a bow, and they're not nearly as deep as they're supposed to be.
That's cool.
Does that look all right?
Yeah, that's cool. Wow.
Now, if we can get them exchanged, the other ones have a much deeper hoop, which is what we were looking for, what you had picked out in those US mag wheels. We still think we can get them exchanged, but these are 17 by 8s. The fronts are 17 by 7s.
Yeah.
And we like them. We think they're pretty cool. We wanted to show them to you now, so you knew kind of what was going on, and you didn't think I was a neglectful dad because you kept asking me, "Dad, you gonna get those wheels ordered?" I'm like, yeah, buddy, they've actually been here for quite a while. I couldn't keep putting you off.
Yeah. Wow.
So, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Early.
Man, thank you
Yeah,
guys.
that's working cool. We were trying to get the car ready for power tour, and to be honest with you, we wanted to get the 5-lug swap done, and the wheels and the tires on the car, and make sure that they fit and clear the fenders before the car's painted, of course. So
Yeah.
if we have to pie cut a fender or something like that to make them fit, we need to know that before we paint the car. So that's why we want to do that first.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I get it.
Our body man here made a funny look on his face when you said that.
Yeah, pocket fingers.
Yeah,
What?
no, if we got to do it, we got to do it. But I mean, we don't want to do that. Obviously, we don't want to, you don't want to do it after it's painted, trust me.
All right, so as Bill said, the point of this was we were trying to rip and get this done before Power Tour, and then obviously Power Tour got canceled, Drag Week is canceled, everything is canceled. Yeah, so we got a little more time. So I guess our reason for showing you was twofold. One was to say, if you like them, we can keep them. But if you still want to go for the other style, we got time. Like if you want to go with the deeper hoop, because these almost look like front-wheel drive rims because they're so shallow. It's just the style of the rim. They just kind of bow out. And they don't, that silver hoop is not very deep at all.
Do they fit?
With a spacer they fit. So there you go. More to come.
Yeah. Okay.
This is an early birthday present. There's more.
Oh. Okay.
Well, Bill, thank you for being a part of this, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for putting this together. I was surprised too. I didn't know about this when this all happened, by the way. I got a call sometime later. Well, Bill called me and said, we got money for your tires. I'm like, I've already got tires. He goes, okay, we got money for your wheels. I'm like, what? And that's when he told me the story.
Well, Bill, I can't thank you enough, man.
Oh, you don't have to. Don't feel bad. Don't feel about it. That's what that's what we're here for. We're here to help you. And a lot of us who don't have kids can vicariously live through you. Yeah, I mean, it's true. There's a few of us.
There you go.
That watch, admire the relationship you have with your dad, and the drive you have, and the inspiration you are to other young people like yourself. So it's a good thing.
Okay, I feel like I need to explain the wheel situation. Some of you may have watched that and thought, how can you even talk about possibly returning those wheels after someone helped raise the money for them and gave them to you for free? And I completely understand where you're coming from, and we were the same way. So we ultimately just left it up to Nathaniel because it's his car. There may have been some things that we thought were suspect or didn't like about those wheels because the back spacing wasn't quite as advertised. It didn't look quite like what we thought from the advertised photos. But if he liked them, then he can keep them. So that's why we brought them out that night. I just wanted to share that moment with you because the honest reaction from him and capturing that was just a fun thing. And I thought it was worth sharing as well, whether we kept the wheels or not. Now, ultimately, to make a long story short, we did not end up deciding to keep the wheels because there really were quite a few things that were wrong with those wheels. It didn't quite fit, for one, and for another, just didn't look anything like what the picture showed. To make another long story short, we tried to return them, and I'm not going to mention any company names or anyone by name, but there was a lot of trouble getting them sent back. And so it ended up costing over half the price of the wheels to actually send them back because of a 25% restocking fee and just the cost of shipping them back themselves. I ate that cost. I certainly was not going to make the guys who helped pay for the wheels absorb that as well. That would have been ridiculous. So at the moment, we don't have any wheels yet. We have tires, but we got to raise the money again to pick up those wheels. We'll do that very soon. We just decided that the money we had right now was better spent on other things that we had to get done right away, and wheels were just kind of an option for later on down the road. So anyway, that's the explanation. Sorry to take you down that rabbit hole somewhat, but I just felt like I needed to explain that for those that just didn't understand or felt like that was something we shouldn't have done. There was good reason for it, and wheels are something on your car that you just want to get right, and that's what we wanted to do. Okay guys, that's it. I'm gonna end the video right there. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Please consider subscribing if you would. And if you like what you're watching, hit that little thumbs up. And we'll see you next time with another video very soon. Take care, guys.